How many people like getting subbed out of a game? So less than half. Well, we haven't found anybody on our team that likes getting subbed out either, but I'm going to tell you about a tool that we used on our bench this year that really impacted us, and that was our bench cam. So what our bench cam was set up to do was, if we take a look at our team, we have a soccer team that had 25 people on it last year. We play 11 people on the field at one time, which means we have 14 people on the bench. We have more people on the bench than we do on the field. And what we have just made clear is that nobody likes being on the bench. So that's an area of your team that your culture can really go downhill if you're not paying attention to it. So we decided we were going to pay attention to it. So it was a really simple setup. We just took a camera, stuck it on a tripod, stuck it on the very end of the bench so that it faced the last player on the bench all the way down to the coaches. Keyword, coaches were also on the bench cam. So we were all being filmed every single game by this bench cam. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to introduce you to a player on our team. Her name is Liz. She is one of the most hardworking players on our team, and she has really, really high standards for herself. So when she doesn't meet those standards, she gets frustrated. So this is us playing Stanford this past fall. And when a player comes out of the game for us, I really make it a point to speak to the player before they head to the bench. And I also like to make contact with the player physically. And the reason for that is because it's been proven that touch can lower stress levels in the athletes. So here I am talking to Liz as she comes off the field. I don't think she's really excited about my decision. And you can see that in her body language and her missing a couple high fives. And in this face right here. So what happens next is that Liz comes over. In our sport, you have to put on a penny to delineate you from the players who are playing on the field. She has now left the bench cam, but comes back. We get pretty excited. We think she's going to be there, but she leaves again. So at this point, she has separated herself from the team and kind of isolated herself. And now one of our seniors, Annie, has recognized that she's off of the camera and separating herself from the team. She tells Val, another one of the players on our team, and then she says, I'm going to go talk to her, and they both get a little nervous, as you can tell. So when I showed this to Liz, the amazing thing about this was she really was frustrated by the way that she looked. She had no idea that she had that look on her face, and she was pretty mortified by it. And I'm telling you, this is a kid that I love to coach, and I think for her, she just had no idea what that face looked like when she was in her own head. When I also showed this to her, I stopped the camera when Annie, the senior, goes to talk to Liz, and for 3 more minutes, the two of them are off camera. And I said to her, well, you know, Annie hasn't even been in this game yet. She's a senior. You've been in this game and have come out. How do you think that went over? And that really hit her. That really hit her to the point where she was like, I'm going to make a concerted effort to never do that again. And she did. So sometimes it's just seeing what's happening helps it. So I think Sue mentioned it earlier, measuring it. If you measure it, then you pay attention to it.